program and got my MFA. And when I graduated from that program and had that degree in my hand, I decided that I still needed a little bit more learning. And so my father has a PhD, my brother has a PhD, my sister has a PhD, and I just knew it wouldn't do for me to not have a PhD. So I got online and started researching PhD programs, and I came across Warnborough, and it has been a lovely fit for me.
How so?
You know, I needed a program that was low residency because I still had a kid at home at the time, so I couldn't drive 2 hours, say, to go to FSU's creative writing program, and I couldn't necessarily move and do a semester every summer somewhere. So I needed something that was low residency, and so that was the things I put into the search engine were creative writing, PhD, and low residency. And there are very, very few programs in the country. I don't know that there are any in the United States, and only a few in the world, actually. And so that's how I came to Warnborough.
So what do you like about Warnborough?
You know, Warnborough gave me the freedom to be completely creative. My mentor, Robert Reece, would send me every month a sheet of that month's module, and it would be a list of assignments: read X, and then write essays or write something about what you've read. And I could write something completely off the wall and funny, and Robert thought it was wonderful. Or I could write something serious, and I'm not saying that just Robert, anything you want to do is fine, but he was so supportive and so helpful, and he made me feel like, wow, I am a writer, I'm a good writer, and I can do this.
What will you be doing with your PhD?
Well, I'm already teaching, and I'm a writer also. And so I think the biggest thing that you learn in a creative writing type MFA or PhD program is the discipline to do this writing, even though there's not a deadline looming over you, like there's not a paper due tomorrow. You have to sit down on paper every single day and just do the work, even if nobody's assigned it to you. And so that was one of the reasons another reason I went into the PhD program was to have that accountability and that deadline. But what I liked about Warnborough was to fudge those dates if I needed to. If something happened, they were very, very good about saying, oh, just no big deal, get it done when you can. But so there's I guess what I'm saying is there's professionalism. It's a very well-run program, but they're compassionate and kind and sensitive to your everyday life too. So my PhD, the project I've done for my PhD has been a history of a church that my dad started in 1965 in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's been the research of the history of it, and so I'm telling stories through that history, but I'm also looking at what makes a church successful over a 50-year span. And this church is on the list of 100 fastest growing churches in the country, and it's considered a mega church. So it's interesting to that fact too, that how did it get from starting in somebody's basement with 20 people to 6,000 or more members. So it's been a very, very fun project, and I love that Warnborough supported me and said, you know what, that's an interesting story, and it's a story that needs to be told, and absolutely you can do that for your project.